Good morning, hello, good afternoon, whatever it is. Here we are again with the bard, that's me, the beard, that's that multicoloured thing on my chin, and the back bedroom, which is where I am doing this Poetrycast. And what I'm doing is I'm looking through various books and poems that I've done over the years, and I've come back to this book, Spill the Beans. Spill the Beans is a book and an act. Dave Harmer and myself, very good friend and very good poet, we did Spill the Beans for about 20 years, going to schools up and down the country and festivals, performing poems. So I'm going to revisit a couple of poems. One that we performed many times, we probably performed this at every show we ever did, and one that I don't think we've ever performed live. The first one is called Picnic Time on the M25, and it was inspired by seeing exactly that. I was driving down the M25 and I saw a car stopped on the hard shoulder, thought it had broken down, looked on the grass by the side of the motorway, and there was a family having a picnic, and we thought, what a stupid place for a picnic, hence the poem. Usually in the verses I get people to repeat the lines, but today I'm just going to whiz through it. Picnic time, go for a ride, set your sights on the countryside, pack that car and start to drive, stop by the side, stop by the side, stop by the side of the M25, deck chairs on the grass verge, watch the traffic pass, meow, try and pour your flask, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ee, boiling coffee on your knee. Picnic time, go for a ride, set your sights on the countryside, pack the car and start to drive, stop by the side, stop by the side, stop by the side of the M25, salmon spread on your bread, try to eat as you move your head, left, right, try to bite, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ee, salmon spread on your knee. It's picnic time, go for a ride, set your sights on the countryside, pack the car and start to drive, stop by the side, stop by the side, stop by the side of the M25. Picnic time on the M25, nasty gases will collide, carbon dioxide, breathe in, breathe in, petrol fumes and lead oxide, splutter, choke, poison lungs are no joke, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ee, plan your picnics carefully, seaside or countryside, don't go down, don't go down, don't go down to the M25, don't picnic, don't picnic, don't picnic on the M25, don't picnic on the M25, that's it. If you want, you can applaud there, but you don't have to. And the other poem is one called The Legend of Granny Grimbles' Bloomers. And it's a long, sprawling rhyming poem that Dave and myself wrote together. Probably started off on one of our car journeys when we were talking about things anyway. So it's a long rhyming poem with a little repeated line, they're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Probably best to be done in a sort of northern or Lancashire accent. The Legend of Granny Grimbles' Bloomers. There once was a granny called Grimble who spent most of her time out of doors. She lived in an old-fashioned village and wore the most old-fashioned drawers. The village was Trumpton-cum-Windy, a place most people pass through, especially when she washed her bloomers. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. One day she was pegging her washing, her smalls and her larges on line. To start with, the weather was sunny. She thought she'd be done in fine time, but Trumpton-cum-Windy lived up to its name. A thunderstorm started to brew. A gust of loose wind blew those gussets away. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. They flew off in the air, like a cyclone possessed, and hovered high over the church, casting a shadow on what was below, then swooped with a sickening lurch. At that very moment the village fate opened, with a speech from the Reverend Vicars. You're probably ahead of me concerning the rhymes. They fell on his head and swallowed him whole. Vicar Vicars was stuck in her knickers, thank you. What a to-do, Gran Grimble grumbled. What a fuss, what a hullabaloo. And all because of some wind up me bloomers. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. They extracted the vicar with hoots of delight and excitable shouts from the crowd. Hey up, vicar, that's a grand marquee. By heck, thou's done us right proud. Working as one, the job was soon done. The new tent was soon put to use. They filled it with flowers and veg and bright blooms until all the guy ropes came loose. By gum, said Granny, would you credit that? I'm surprised that nobody knew. You've heard all the rumours concerning me bloomers. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Once more the village lived up to its name as the bloomers whirled high in the sky, and when the wind stopped, the underwear dropped on a troop of Cub Scouts passing by. Dib, dib, said Arcala. Dob, dob, said Brown Owl. A gift from above sent by chance. We've all left our sleeping bags back at the church. We'll soon find a use for these pants. By thump, said Granny, I just don't believe it. Now the scouts are using them too. Good job I cleaned them. Now they're between them. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Later that night, as they all fell asleep, after eating bean sausage and egg, you could hear all the snores drift over the moors. 26 scouts down each leg. A sudden explosion, it shattered the night, and everyone woke with a jump. Was it the beans, or was it the wind? Same thing, said one little chump. That's that, said Granny, I'll just give up. I'll have to buy some that are new. For better for worse, these bloomers are cursed. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. 52 scouts left shivering cold. Once more the bloomers took flight. The lads looked aghast as they flew right past and far away into the night. Like an eclipse, the whole sky went dark. The moon and the stars hid from view. The luminous bloomers sailing like schooners. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Flapping away like some giant bat, lost forever in time, the legend unfurled all over the world, from the ridiculous to the sublime. Sightings were here, and sightings were there, and everyone knew they were true. These bloomers were spotted north, south, east, and west. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. It's underwear, Jim, but it's not as we know it, blocking our passage ahead. Is it a time warp or a black hole? No, it's a blue one instead. Spock's found the rear, I've got the front here. It's final, we'll have to go through. Warp factor 5 and we will survive. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Their presence was felt in our world and others as they travelled through time and through space. Their mystical shadow dropped over Bermuda, that triangle gone without trace. What they did to the crew of the Mary Celeste, not even Sherlock Holmes knew. There's even a photo of them in Loch Ness. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Even now on those long lonely nights in Trumpton come windy ont moor, the story lives on in ballad and song about those fantastical draws. You may think it's a myth and may not believe. We'll tell you that everything's true. It's not empty rumours about Granny's bloomers. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. They're frilly, they're silly, it's true. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. They're coming for me and for you. They're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Look out, whatever you do, because they're baggy, they're big, and they're blue. Thanks to David Harmer for his contributions in that particular poem from Spill the Beans. Still available, probably on eBay, for 3p. See you next time.